Hey, Chris, what's going on?
How's it going? How you doing?
I'm doing well now that I know how to use my video recording button now. It's all about operator error sometimes, right?
Oh, it's always operator
Every time.
error.
Right on. So I currently have a 30 vets and 30 days video series for YouTube and for LinkedIn. And
Okay.
you are my 12th person now.
Nice,
You have on
nice.
this video clip. I had to think about that one for a minute. I should probably learn how to get a little better at this. But I'm trying to put a person behind a picture, and that person is transitioning military member on LinkedIn. I like to
Yes.
try to put a conversation and a voice so someone knows who you are, as opposed to just a picture on LinkedIn. I think that's really
Yes.
really important, and
It's a great idea.
I really appreciate you having time available today.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
so on that note, a little background about myself is retired from the Navy as a chief in the IT field, and I retired out of Augusta, Georgia, moved to Denver, Colorado, retired in November of 19, and I started work for Lockheed Martin in January of 20 and still employed by them. So either I'm doing something good or they just like keeping me around. I'm not sure which yet.
Be a little bit of both.
Right? So, but this video is about you. You are the transitioning veteran. Either
Yes.
transition 1 month from now or transition 2 years from now. You're still going to transition out of the military. Okay.
Mhm.
So, who is Chris?
Uh, my name is Chris Thomas. I am currently an IT E5 in the military for Navy. Um, I have a daughter, a wife, and I'll be transitioning in April, so a little under a year.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much a very brief description of me.
There we go. There we go. So, this is going to be a two-part question. How long you
Mhm.
been in the military, and what is your last month and year in the military?
Okay, my I joined the military in August 2015, so I've been this August would be my 6 year mark.
Okay.
I'll be getting out of the military in April of 2022, unless I'll be offered a SKILLBRIDGE opportunity, depending on if it's 90 days or 180 days. It could be sooner than that for the transition. But as of
Awesome.
right now, my get out date will be in April of 2022.
Right on. We'll talk about SkillBridge in a few minutes because that's a really great topic. I'm happy you brought that up there.
Mhm.
Um, any education or certifications you may have obtained so far in the military, or you started college yet, or
I have started college. I'm going to college for general studies in Columbia College just to get my associate's degree. But after that, I plan on going to cybersecurity for my a BA in science and computer science. And then for CERTs, I have A plus, Sec plus. I'm working on my CEH, my certified ethical hacker. I also discovered another one today that was CCNP for Cisco VoIP training. So I'll be going after that one relatively soon. Right now, knowing within the time frame that I have in the military, I'm trying to collect as much training and certifications I could possibly get. So
awesome, awesome. You mentioned some really great certs there, and your education. There's no problems getting education or getting an associate's in general studies. I did the exact same thing, except
mhm.
it took me about 8 years to get my general ed associates. So
Mhm.
don't be like me. Get it done a little bit quicker, okay? I took that 2 year degree. I milked it out to 8 years.
At least you got it. That's what matters.
It is. I just wish I would have done it a little quicker. So, um, so in regular terminology, what do you do in the Navy, or what have you done in the Navy, so someone non-Navy can understand what you do?
uh, as an IT, we're like the unseen, unthanked heroes of the military. So a lot of operations happen. Right now, I'm currently stationed in Hawaii,
Oh,
and we're doing
nice.
more of the Pac Fleet area. So uh,
Pack fleet. What does that mean?
compact fleet, it's it's a duty station out here, and they're the like central hub where like the admiral, the 4-star goes, and he's in charge of that command, making decisions for out here for our threats out here.
Okay.
But for what I do right now, I just assist in classified workstations, making sure that pretty much the network is up and running at all times, just in case they need anything.
Awesome. Does that mean you work on routers and switches at all, or you're primarily this hands-on workstation type help desk? Or
Yes, we do router and switch configurations, installs, anything and everything that gets sent back to HQ back in Washington, D.C., we deal with out here on our side. My current duty station is a detachment, so a lot of our stuff all of our stuff has to be up and running with installs, updates, everything that needs to be done by us, because our headquarters and the rest of our chain of command is in DC.
oh wow, that sounds really awesome. A lot of hands-on experience and available to really get technical with your job, which I think is super awesome when you get out of the military, I think.
Yes.
Awesome. So do you want to keep doing that after military, or you want to try to do something different?
I want to do the same thing. I love it. I love the hands-on aspect of being able to install equipment, take equipment out, always be on the move. With the good thing with our field area of our job, everything is always changing. So updates, there's always something to be done. And that's probably the most exciting part about the job, is configuring, making sure that we're meeting up all the standards and the latest and greatest has to be installed. And that's what I like to do.
That sounds awesome. I enjoyed doing a lot of installs, deinstalls when I was in the military. So once you get out of the military, where do you want to live? Because I mean, you can choose anywhere you want to go, because the military is not telling you, hey, Chris, you have to go here. Hey, Chris, you have to do this job at this place. So where do you want to go? Or what areas do you want to go to?
Right now I have my eyes set, just because that's where my family's from. My wife's family's from there. Orlando, Florida would be my prime area, but
Okay.
I also have family in Georgia. So Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, pretty much anywhere on the southern eastern coast.
So you like humidity?
I don't, but my ITA school was in Florida, and I got used to wearing uniform in that humidity, so I think I could wear at least. I think I'll be good.
that uniform doesn't breathe very well either, so.
Not at all. Not at all.
I know that firsthand. Awesome. So your next job, what type of position or title, or would you want to try to go for at a company, or what name would, as you look at job recs, for example, maybe you're looking at job recs right now, trying to see what roles you could or could not fill. What titles are you looking for right now, or what position names are you going for?
I would say along the lines of network and system administrators.
Okay.
Or even information system analysts.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Those two are probably my strongest suits that I would feel comfortable actually being able to go in there and not so much have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll actually have knowledge, the background, and depending on which systems and everything like that, I'd be a pretty strong candidate for those two areas.
There's a lot of positions out there for that. My biggest suggestion to you is make sure you meet the basic requirements as you look at the job requisitions.
Yes.
Granted, as you know, I'm not a recruiter. I talk with a lot of them, and basic requirements seem to be that stickler that catches a lot of people, either the yay or nay, of whether or not a hiring manager would talk to them in the first place.
Yep.
So just do your best to look through all the requisitions you can find online in those job roles, either print them out or have them say to a notepad document or whatever, and just make sure you keep check all the way down of the requirements, so that way you can be the best darn candidate possible to get the job, the first time, and not be like me and submit like over 300 applications to companies. Okay. Because I didn't have that knowledge, and I probably wasted a lot of time. submitting a lot of my applications. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you can learn a little bit from me or about me.
That's the best thing about networking.
It, you know, really is. So I guess speaking about me, how do you know me? Or how long did we first meet?
Honestly, I think we just stumbled over each other about 7 or 8 months ago.
Okay. Okay.
But I contacted you because I saw a couple of things that you're posting. You're very big and probably one of the most motivated people I've ever seen for helping transitioning vets, to be honest.
Awesome. Thank you.
And whenever I saw that, I was like, you know what? He'd be a great guy to reach out to, because even if I'm not able to be on his schedule for 2 or 3 weeks, he's a guy worth talking to.
Was this on a Veterati call, or we just linked up from just sending messages back and forth? I don't remember. I know we connected. I know we talked.
Mhm.
I don't remember everything we talked about or how we. Was it on Veterati call, or was it just
No, it
regular
was
LinkedIn messaging? Or
yeah, it just started with LinkedIn messages.
Okay.
You asked me for my number, gave it to you. You gave me yours. Scheduled a time for a conversation, and probably about a 2 or 3 hour call. That's when we finally decided to hang up.
So
But it was still with really good information,
okay.
I will say.
It was about what, half a sheet of paper. I told you to write some things down on.
I wish it was just a half sheet of paper. No, I'm just kidding. It was probably about 3 or 4 pages at least of information, because you kept hitting me with these things, and like, I'm an E5 in the military, so you would say a relatively junior sailor. So I had no idea about the opportunities that I actually had, and you were actually able to branch those out. And speaking from your background, you were able to actually point me in a direction that I had no idea even existed.
Okay.
So on top of that, you took it more in another layer. It wasn't just me as a professional, it wasn't you just as a professional, but down to 2 human beings, and just everything, looking out for your family, looking out for my family, and actually giving me certain programs to approach, to even small, like relatively financial decisions that you would want, like you did for your own kids, and you only spoke out of your experience only. So, I mean, I did the same thing.
Nice.
Got everything that I needed to, checked all my boxes, and just rolled with it. And so far, it's been really good. The only thing that I'm missing now is just I'm learning patience, because I still got a year, about 11 months left in the military before I get out.
You know what? That 11 months didn't go really quick. I'm not sure if I told you during one of those phone calls we've had, but make sure you create yourself a timeline, and then write down your end date, write down where you are right now, and draw little lines off. I think it's called a fishbone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're able to draw little lines off and segment it by months.
Mm-hmm.
Call it at 3 months out, I need to already have done this. 4 months out, I have to have done this. 5 months out, do this.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a couple of documents floating around LinkedIn. I may have one of the documents saved on my hashtag, but there's really cool timelines out there that you can download. You can look at it and try to figure out what does apply to you, what doesn't apply to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those are really helpful for myself also. I use one of those documents, and it helped me out from you don't know what you don't know. You don't know to think about something 6 months out.
Mm-hmm.
As for example, if you start SKILLBRIDGE 6 months out, you may not have time to take care of other items within your 3 or 4 month mark, but maybe get it done at a 7 month mark, or start to do all the paperwork needed. So all you gotta do is just click submit or click send, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So just a couple ideas right there. But earlier you mentioned SKILLBRIDGE.
Yes.
So with SKILLBRIDGE, what organizations or what companies are you trying to work with, or what resources have you used to learn more about SKILLBRIDGE? Because that's a really huge topic, and I'm sure that I know there's a whole bunch of information with it.
Oh, it is. The funny thing is, whenever we had that first phone call, you brought up SKILLBRIDGE opportunities and hiring our heroes and different other programs that I could utilize. So I told you I was going to take that back to the command. And after that, suddenly they started pushing out a bunch of SKILLBRIDGE knowledge.
Wow. That is awesome.
I was very amazed about. And but a couple of companies that I've really been looking forward to potentially getting an internship with would be Lockheed Martin, Boeing. I know you don't like Boeing.
No,
Just kidding.
it's a company, so no.
Yep, and Mantech.
Yeah.
So that's another one. One thing I like about Mantech's website, whenever they actually have a portion on their website that you could actually, you tell them what branch of the military you're in, because it's hired over 50% of veterans for Mantech.
Oh wow.
You put in, like for me, I put in Navy, and they ask me my actual job, and then I put in information system technician, and then they'll actually give me a list of civilian name jobs that fit the criteria for
Oh
the
wow.
ITs.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's really nice. I really liked it. I even had my wife on it, seeing, because she used to be an IS in the military.
Oh, gotcha.
So she got on there and was trying to find a job too, and that was probably the strongest website that I've seen for military transitioning. Lockheed Martin also has a very good, easily broken down, readable, makes sense platform that they have on their website, and Boeing is pretty good with it too. But those three companies are probably my top three. Awesome. I've also been talking to a couple of people from Agile Defense.
Okay.
So yeah, those are 4.
Awesome.
I have my eyes set on, but I'm open to anything and everything.
Okay, would you be open to like MSSA or something?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Even looked into AWS and working with Amazon.
Oh, nice.
They have a really good program too.
So with all those companies, except for maybe Agile, I'm not sure if I know anybody there, but I know at least 3 or 4 recruiters with each one of those companies you just mentioned that I can hook you up with. For example, you mentioned Lockheed. Obviously, I know a lot of recruiters there, but some of the top ones, some of the big ones I would probably mention is maybe Ray Domingo. We got Ray Jokey. You got James Shelton. You got Jason Boone. You got Anthony Gilbert. You got Eric Peacock. You got a whole slew of really awesome people out there. And you also got Corey Dancy. He's recently joined the team. With Amazon, you got Jacob. I'm going to say his last name wrong, but it's Cologne. I probably said it wrong. He has a little NDA symbol in there. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one correctly. Yes, Samantha Domingo among. You also got Judy Daniels. She's AWS. For Microsoft, I don't remember all the names, but I know Lupe. She is amazing. You need to hit her up after we get the video done and hit her up.
Will do.
Boeing, I'm sure I know some there. I don't remember who all they are, but I just got to go to my LinkedIn, type in the word Boeing on my connections, and I'm pretty sure I can find a whole bunch of them as well. So that's awesome. Right on. So any people or organizations or webinars, have they helped you out at all with your transition thus far, or you reached out to and talked with on LinkedIn?
Yes. You being the biggest one that I've talked to. But you've also led me on to multiple different platforms like B2I and working with their conference calls on Zooms and their get-togethers. A lot of information is passed in B2I conference calls. And I've also gotten on Lockheed Martin. They do, I think, like a weekly thing.
Oh, wow.
They'll get on Zoom and they'll just do a breakdown of potential opportunities, like what's the latest and greatest news that's going on about Lockheed Martin.
Oh, wow.
I try to participate with my work schedule as much as I can on those two. Those are my 2 biggest ones. But yeah.
Awesome. So question for you. This is going to be an easy answer. I know it's going to be. When I first met you, how many connections did you have?
When we first met, I probably maybe only had about 30.
Awesome. And did I give you any challenge, or what did I say about your connections?
So you gave me 2 challenges. The first challenge was going through adding as many connections a day. Challenge number 1 was go until LinkedIn says no. Just keep hitting connections in the relative field that you would like of your choice. And that's exactly what I did. There were so many days that I was tired of just hitting connect. But it wouldn't lead me to so many opportunities if I didn't do that. The second thing that I actually really appreciated, and it was more of a reality, and that was just writing down in a notepad on one side what your qualifications are, and then find about 10 jobs that you would that you actually qualified for. And if none of those fit, go look at 10 more jobs that you want and see where you're missing, and see what kind of things that you need to check for you to actually get a job that you want and not just a job to settle for.
Nice.
So that's exactly that's why I hit so many certs up, and I've been pushing the last couple of months. We just had a baby in November, so probably about a month before we started talking.
Congratulations.
For me. Thank you.
That,
so now
new babies take a lot of time and a lot of nights of crying and patience and everything. Yes.
They test you.
Very, very much. Yes.
But nothing been more rewarding.
Awesome. So do you have, let's say, over 500 connections?
Yes.
Did that help you at all?
It did. Not just being able to contact whoever the connection may be, but just the content that those people actually post leads to so many more opportunities. So if you're not individually reaching out, at least pay attention, scroll through your feed, and there's always some kind of meeting, conference, an opportunity. Somebody's always doing something on DoD SKILLBRIDGE opportunities on LinkedIn. They're always posting information there that's actually really beneficial to any person out there.
You know, speaking of SKILLBRIDGE, I know David, I'm probably gonna say his last name wrong, Chance, I think it looks like. This guy, he is extraordinary with SKILLBRIDGE. I think he's the #1 resource for SKILLBRIDGE that I know of, is David. He's amazing.
Nice.
Hopefully you're on his SKILLBRIDGE page. If not, I will go ahead and send it to you after this video.
Okay.
I think there's loads of resources on there, and many people on there advertising their SKILLBRIDGE opportunities with their companies. I love that page. I try to connect almost everybody on that page. I try to send them all connection requests, just because, well, I don't know, I like sending connection requests, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. But let's say over the last 6 months since we first met, and I guess looking forward to the next year, what type of struggles or stress you may have going on? I mean, you don't talk about stress directly personal to you, but I mean, is everything going nice and easy, smooth sailing? It's the easiest thing in the world?
Smooth seas never made a skilled sailor, so.
This is true.
But I mean, life happens. The baby's a stressor, you know. It's a blessing, but stress, it's a huge life change. It's my first one, so.
Wow. Okay.
With that stressor, my second stressor is the transitioning process. Not that I got time, but being in the military and everything, you always, as soon as you know what you want to do and you got that next project, you want to go ahead and pursue it as quickly as possible. And knowing that there are a lot of people sitting in queue right now for the SKILLBRIDGE opportunity, and everybody just waiting for their ticket to be called, and priority is priority for the people that are getting out of the military first or sooner, maybe in a month or so, or then a guy like me that's about a year out. But just patience, that's really my biggest thing. But with patience and time allows me to get even more qualified. So whenever it's my turn to step up to bat, I'm able to fire on all cylinders.
Awesome. Well, we're almost close to the 25-minute mark. We're a few minutes away. With that note, do you have any questions for me?
You post so much content on LinkedIn for anybody and everybody to see. Pretty much every other thing on my feed is from you, or you tagging somebody. My biggest question is, what actually motivates you to do what you do to help fellow vets? Like, since you're already established, you got a job, you've already transitioned. What motivates you from not leaving people behind?
You know, I had a lot of people help me out. I like to think I wouldn't say a lot of crazy ideas on my head, which I probably do, but I think there's a lot of things that if I look at it from, if I can help just one person today from either reading a post that I make or now posting videos every day or from just making just a little 2-letter comment called, hey, just a little transition tip here. Make sure to reach out to people, get over 500 connections, and do not have a military profile picture. If I can say something simple like that, if I can help change one person, I'm doing good.
Yes.
I like to see people be able to make a change in their lives, because usually you're transitioning or in the military, just got on LinkedIn or something. You may be looking for something. Maybe you're not sure what you're looking for. May not even be sure what you want to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
But if people can just reach out to them, or maybe they can reach out to others, or maybe just me being on there. Someone reaches out to me, says, hey, Tom, how you doing? I see you're retired Navy. When you have a minute, I'll try to hit you up. Got a few questions, ideas, and not sure how they are. Thank you for your time, so and so. And that's awesome. Maybe a post I make will help inspire someone to do something different or to look at something differently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer in you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
So what inspires me? Maybe my hopes that something that I post will make a change in just one person's life. That's my inspiration right there.
That's awesome. I can tell you right now, you've definitely made because even out of the random blue, gone a week or so, you always hit me up with a message, just, hey, keep on posting, keep on building connections, like, don't stop. And that's probably the one thing that's probably, that has definitely made me just continue on this journey, even though I need to, the more connections, the more people I talk to, an opportunity will eventually pop up that I just can't say no to. So you definitely are, with your platform and everything you're doing, making a difference.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I think my platform, my hashtag, and or these videos can only get better by one person watching who's maybe never seen my name, or maybe never seen my post, or even just one person sharing this video. I think that can also help someone else out who maybe thinking about transition but not sure what to do, not sure where to go, or they heard about a resource but they don't know how factual it is. I think some people in the military who are still in the military, they may say, oh yeah, go do this. Yeah, check this out. Go do this. You need to go do this. And maybe that person has never done any of those. Maybe they're just spouting things out so they can look cool. Well, that's not very helpful if it's not factual to what you're saying, or is not applicable to the person you're trying to give the advice to. Because the way I look at it, when someone's trying to give out some advice, I think advice is only wanted when it's asked for. Now, that sounds kind of contradictory what I said about posting on LinkedIn, right? But I think if someone's looking for some advice and they read it and they're like, wow, that sounds awesome. Well, then it's advice. There's something they may not be looking for. Well, that's cool. Just keep on scrolling. But either way, a person is on LinkedIn for a reason. I think everyone has a reason why they're on LinkedIn. Yeah. Maybe it's to look at a bunch of posts and read and just make their own little personal notes, or to engage with others and get to know things. So, yeah. Well, my last question for the show is, or actually, no, I already asked that question. Man, I need to do a better job paying attention. Well, you're in Hawaii, so you have afternoon time, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, you have a good afternoon. Thank you so much for having time available today to talk with me. I really appreciate it. And I always enjoy our conversations. I think I'll learn something new about you every time. So
same, and thank you for having me.
Hey, no worries. This episode will be shown in a few days from now. And once it's shown, try to get your name out there and try to put a person behind a picture on LinkedIn.
Will do. Oh yeah.
All right. Hey, bro. You take care.
You too.
All right. Bye.